a wild one in Fenway. We're recording live as the Guardians try to wrap up this win. Not the bullpen's best night. The Guardians offense continues to fight. I'm going to stop now while I don't rhyme everything. This is Locked On Guardians.
You are Locked On Guardians, your daily podcast on the Cleveland Guardians. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150, win or lose. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. Sorry. Right now, I have my headphones on because we are in extras. Cleveland has the lead, and we're going to see where it goes. So if you want to line up with us, if you want to join us, it just went, for me at least, into the commercial break. Cleveland currently leading. Bottom of the 10. I assume we'll see Clase. A part of me is almost like the way Gaddis pitched. It felt like there was he threw no pitches. As good as he's been, I almost don't want to mess with it. But, hopefully the bullpen can recover for what has been a weirdly rough outing. Tyler Bibee has not been as strong of late. Cade Smith had his first moments of looking mortal. This is a 5-1 game. And then one inning, the bullpen.
Things get weird in Fenway. I mean, there's that old saying that says you need to have 5 runs to win in Fenway. I want to thank all of you for making Locked On Guardians your first listen today, wherever you get podcasts. You guys have been tuning in really a lot the last couple of days with the way this team is playing. We really appreciate that. We hope whatever the outcome ends up being on Tuesday night, you'll still tune in for us to talk about it because it was a good game. I mean, I know nobody wants to sit here and talk about the bullpen finally having an off night, and we'll talk about the Guardians. A good start by Bibee, but Guardians still having a hard time getting pitchers
battling
to go
back
6
again.
innings. The offense just no quit. I mean, Kenley Jansen is, I don't want to say he's a borderline Hall of Famer. He might be, but he's a really good closer. He's in his later years, but
he's probably in that Hall of Very Good level. But
they fought back against him really well in that 9th inning. And honestly, this game could have been over already because Jose Ramirez got robbed of another
by Weiler Abreu again.
By Weiler Abreu. Yeah,
who took his home run away from him
Monday. Yeah, so I think Jose is going to be glad to see anybody but Weiler Abreu in right field in a couple of days.
Abreu's had some weird bad plays as well. That guy seems to be all good or all terrible.
Red Sox defense in general is very weird. They the Red Sox starting the 2 games of this series so far have made some good defensive plays, but they've also made some very poor ones, which has also helped the Guardians. But
I'm going to interrupt.
Jose should be. Yeah,
everyone. How do you feel as we go into the 9th here that Rocchio pinch ran for, or the 10th? I'm sorry. Jose Rocchio pitch ran for Naylor, pulling Arias for Rocchio defensively at short.
It's fine. I mean, Rocchio is still a solid defender. Do you think it makes them
better or worse? Does it make them better or worse?
If you want to be technical, yes, I think Arias is the more gifted defender at shortstop. I do.
It seems like a weird.
But I don't think it's a massive downgrade. Okay, it's not like
why make it at all?
Arias to the shortstop who will not be named from a year ago.
I know, but why make it at all? Why make yourself worse on any level?
Because you wanted that pinch runner there. You wanted that extra run.
But you could have just had him stay as the DH and had Gabby stay as your shortstop. You didn't need to then do a double flip to pull out Gabby. Rocchio pinch ran for Josh Naylor.
Brennan's the DH. Will Brennan's the DH.
So he's your first baseman. Oh, so they flipped him. So Naylor Arias is at first. And
okay. Yeah, Will Brennan was the DH tonight.
It's just they had no one else to play first. So it's again Gabby being
unless you went to David Fry, but I would rather
I guess it makes sense in that regard. I didn't think about it. It's the problem with having it on the small screen of my phone.
Yeah, you would want that second run because the extra innings, I mean, this is what we debated off air too, was before we started recording, was that in the 9th, we would have rather seen Clase because for whatever reason, Clase seems to get some bad BABIP luck. I mean, He gets, in the 10th inning, you start the runner on second, and all of a sudden you have a sac bunt and a little squibbler, and there's a sac fly to tie the game, just like that. See a ground ball and a sac fly, the game is tied. For whatever reason, this is what happens to Clase in extra innings when you put a runner on. Gaddis misses more bats than Clase, so we both wanted Clase in the 9th and Gaddis in the 10th, and and that's not to say Gaddis would have done the same thing, but Gaddis misses more bats right now than Clase.
It's also the ridiculous of they got their run with they didn't get a hit. They got a run with no hits. Yep. Cleveland, the bases loaded, and then Freeman.
And you only got one run. That's the problem. That's exactly why you need to score more than one run.
Yes, especially when you have with the bases loaded. It was just second and third, right, with one out.
No, they had the bases. Well, the bases loaded 2 outs.
Yeah, no, it was bases loaded 1 out because after Gabby's hit, that was 1 out. Then Freeman and Quan get nothing. You have to get more with the bases loaded and 1 out. You have to get more, especially after you've already
2 in general with the extra inning rule now. Like it's almost like guarantee you're going to score that run from second. So you almost have to score 2 runs because especially when you're the
hit
road team. So yeah, there's the hit. That was not BABIP luck for Clase. So, but this is why I would have rather seen Clase in the 9th than Gaddis here in the 10th. But
you want your K guy in the extra innings.
Yeah, you really do. And for whatever reason, Clase is just not a K guy. And this is now Clase's second straight blown save. We talked about the bullpen having a bad night. This is now the second outing in a row that Clase has blown a save. So he's had a tough couple of days. Tyler Beatty's had a rough couple of days. Cade Smith finally got, hit for some
immortal
for a run, hit a walk. So yeah,
hit the big home
that's
run.
The problem though.
Was that Connor Wong too? So Connor Wong,
it was Connor Wong.
He hit the home run and he hit the sacrifice. I've loved Connor Wong since his days at Houston as a catcher, but boy, that guy eats up Cleveland.
Yeah, and there's the problem too, is that this is now the 10th consecutive game that the Guardians have not had a pitcher finish 6 innings. And that's not to say this game is Bibee's fault. Obviously, he pitched well in his 5 innings. He only gave up 5 hits, 1 run. He walked 2, both for Rafael Devers. We'll get into that a little bit more. But I don't want to knock Curry or Bibee because they both, to be fair, they both pitched well in their 5 innings. It's just they need these guys to get into the 6th inning. And 3 at-bats are what ended up Bo Naylor didn't know where that ball was. That was a ball in the dirt, and that let the runner get to third, didn't it? It did. So now you got 1 more of those till it cost them the game. These guys through 5 innings, Allen's had a couple of rough starts, and he's not gotten to the 6th inning. He's gotten
he got there once.
The 6th inning.
Allen,
well, that was the last time. Was April 3rd.
Yeah,
he was the last one. They've done it 3 times all year. The Guardians are one of, I think, 3 teams that have less than 3 games of having 6 innings or more from a starter, and that's not good because one's the White Sox, and obviously the White Sox are absolutely horrendous. They already had a team meeting. I feel like when you're 15 games into a season, you need a team meeting. That is probably not a great sign for how the rest of your
they tied records for losses, right? It wasn't that the thing that was a shutout. Was it shutout losses? Can't remember exactly what it was. They're only White Sox fans today were a rain out is an improvement.
That's great. So this is 10 games in a row without a starter going 6 innings or more. And, you were going to run into one of these days with the bullpen at some point. They weren't going to be perfect the whole time. And
they weren't?
Yeah. Especially, Cade Smith. But it's not to say it wasn't going to happen. Even if Bibee went 6 innings, there's still a chance this could have happened because Beatty has had a couple of rough games in a row now. And, Cade Smith has been perfect so far for the most part. So, this could have happened the 7th and the 8th if Bibee got through 6 anyway. But, at some point we knew this was going to happen because the Guardians continue to put a lot of pressure on their bullpen. And, they did have a 5-run lead or a 4-run lead, but it's Fenway and these kind of things happen. And the top of the Red Sox order is good. And that's what did the damage, was the top of the Red Sox order. And Clase got out of it. So we'll go to the 11th and try this all again. Who are you going to in the 11th, Jeff? I think you have to go to
who's left.
You still have Tim Herron. You still have, unfortunately, you still have Barlow. I don't
Heron
shouldn't
and
say that, but
Barlow and Sandlin. That's it, right?
Sandlin was warming
Sandlin's
up earlier, so if they get him up
yeah.
again, I don't know. Sandlin's not a great guy for that
No,
situation.
he's not an
because
extra inning guy either. Is the problem?
I don't know if
I
you
mean,
want to go to a lefty here either. You just got to score 2 runs in the top half of the 11th. Yeah, you've got.
You had what?
Morgan's
Durant
already gone,
left,
so it's
Rafael
it's literally Barlow, Sandlin, and Herron. That's it. So it's gonna be one of those 3.
So it's Duran, Dahlbeck, and Yoshida in the top.
And who's running at second? Is it a good runner?
It's going to be
Hamilton.
It's Rafaela.
Oh, and Rafael is a good runner.
Rafaela, yeah, who just.
Ooh. Well, we'll get into more of Tanner
Yoshida is
Bibee's.
a lefty. Dahlbeck is a righty, but he can't do anything. And Duran is a switch hitter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's hope the Guardians scored 2 runs in the 11th inning before we get there. Before we get there, we got a lot more to talk about on today's Lockdown Guardians. So
we got into the game. Let's talk about our good friends over at PrizePicks. What's occurring? Let's talk about our good friends over at PrizePicks. I love the fact that they have things called ogres and goblins to get those big payouts and the small payouts. But right now is the perfect time to also get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason. Sorry, baseball in the mind with the game going on. Playoffs begin April 20th, playing around April 16th, 17th, and 19th. So the day this pops, or actually the day we're recording. So make sure you're checking that out. You can play alongside some of PrizePicks' favorite players like Meek Mill and Sugar Sean O'Malley. You can find them under Community Plays under the promo tab. Download the app and use the code LOCKEDONMLB, all lowercase, one word, for first deposit match up to $100. Again, that is LOCKEDONMLB for the promo code for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. And then yesterday on the show, I showed it on my phone. I'm not going to right now because I talked about the baseball games on my phone. Sorry, Monopoly Go. I have Monopoly Go on my phone. It is Monopoly is one of the classic games, and they're updating it using technology, using all of the some new tricks and trades to make it fun. You can heist your friends' banks, you can avoid tax tiles, you can wreck your friends' boards. It's all about having fun with friends. It's specifically a game that is meant to be played in a group. It is a fun time. There is a lot going on. It's been downloaded over 150 million times, and it's a great twist. You play not 1, but 100 Monopoly boards in crazy locations, building up amazing cities that bring you big money. So download Monopoly Go now, free on the App Store or Google Play.
Make sure you are checking out all of the action and the rest of this Red Sox series and then this weekend against Oakland on your Sirius XM app to listen to Tom Hamilton and Jim Rosenhaus. You can just search Guardians on the app. All right, so we're still in the 11th. Jimenez just walks. They got 2 on. This is a great chance for the Guardians. You have Jose and Josh Naylor coming up with 2 on and nobody out. And quite frankly, this part of the order has not done their job tonight. So you feel like this is their 5th plate appearance, 6th plate appearance.
And they've had opportunities. That's the annoying thing. Like, was it like in the 9th where the big, no, it was like the 8th where I thought it was a terrible call by Alex Cora to basically decide, okay, we're going to walk Jose and get the Naylor, who's been their better hitter.
Yeah.
And then it worked out.
Sense to me.
So, it ended up working out, but it was like, I'm like, that's totally someone not paying attention to baseball this year or not looking at current numbers. But then they got away with it.
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, Josh took
and
a couple
Cleveland's
strikes
Josh and Jose have not been the answer in this one. It's been the bottom of the lineup that has really driven this team, and then a bit of the top.
Yeah,
Andres and Kwani.
But you know what? We were saying early in the year that the offense was going really well when the bottom of the order was contributing. I mean, that doesn't mean you can't get good stuff from the middle of the order, because you still need those guys to come through. But I would say at this point they're due, even though Jose popped that one up.
Yeah, luckily it got
out of play. Oh, he got very lucky there. But Josh has that one hit. Jose does have a sac fly and a walk, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, his one was so close to ending the game, essentially.
That's true. So not going to put that on him. Let's talk about Tanner Bibee a little bit while we're still watching the end of this game. So I thought he pitched really well. He had a really good he ended up walking Rafael Devers, but it was the third inning, and he threw his fastest pitches of the year and the game against. There's a base hit for Jose. That's going to give the Guardians a run. Look at that. So Jose finally comes through. Quan scores.
Again, he came through earlier. He just got BAPIP'd.
Yeah, he got BAPIP'd. So that's huge. But now you need the second run. Anyway,
you do.
Bibee pitched really well overall. He had a hard time closing some at bats out, especially against Masataka Yoshida. He had a 10-pitch at bat against Yoshida. I'm going to share on YouTube if you're watching. Just a really good at bat by Yoshida, quite frankly.
He's not having a great year.
Yeah, it was a good at bat. I mean, Bibee was pretty good. He got 5 straight foul balls on a 1-1 count. Well, ended up being 1-2 once he fouled it off. So it was a really good at bat. And then he took 2 balls after that were a changeup and a slider, and then it ended up being an out. So Bibee got out of it. But that 10-pitch at bat, drove his pitch count up. And then, he ends up walking Rafael Devers twice. And like I said, in the third inning, it was the fastest pitches Bibey's thrown all year, which were a couple 97-mile-an-hour fastballs. So he was on tonight. He had his stuff.
Hard. Don't throw too hard. We know what happens when you throw too hard.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I can't even think about that right now. But 20 he threw 92 pitches tonight. 23 of them were to Devers and Yoshida. That's a pretty big chunk right there. To 3 plate appearances to throw some of your pitches. I would, if you want to do the quick math on that, you can. I'm not going to do it because I know I'll botch it. But 23 of 92 is a pretty significant chunk of your pitch count. So that hurt him in not being able to get to the 6th inning. But overall, I thought he was good. I think it was a step in the right direction for him the way the last start had gone. I know the Red Sox lineup isn't like great. You'd like more, but it's a good step. Just the Guardians need to get 6 innings somehow. And I'm not sure when that's going to start because Ben Lively goes Wednesday. And then, I don't know, maybe when Oakland comes to town. But Oakland's offense has been a little better.
Carrasco and
I couldn't tell if your reaction there was talking about Ben Lively or it was something to do with the game. I was like, oh, no.
I don't know. I just didn't like how Rocchio was running after his bunt. It was kind of an odd, like something wrong with his hand there. But no, it's also like I don't think anyone is going to I don't have Carrasco's been playing with fire in every single game. At some point it's going to blow up. I'm shocked it wasn't in New York.
Right.
McKenzie has been arguably the worst looking starter they've had in terms of performance. I just have a hard time. That's where it stinks that it's pretty much assured at this point that Curry is going down and McKenzie is staying. I understand they want depth in AAA, and I understand that they need to build up Curry's arm a little bit more. But man, he just had one of the best starts of the year. Bo Naylor being intentionally walked is an interesting decision. I understand that. Come on, Florial.
I would rather pitch to Florial too. Honestly,
I mean, I would too.
More likely that Florial
100%.
But Florial could easily hit a grand slam too if you miss.
Yeah, it's like I'm like you made New York pay for trading you. It's time for you to
the Cleveland Tim Misnies. I'm telling you, I got to run my city connectors here across you before we finish today's show.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of comments about that. I think our most commented things were your Tim Misney comment, and then people liking the new intro. The new intro is definitely something that. But again, one of those things to go back to in this game is just you have a 5-1 lead, and it ends up going 6-1 or 6-5. They so many teams sort of given up. Like I love the fact that this team battles, and then they get the lead, and they get a little bit BAPIP'd in the other half, and they come back and get the lead back again. Like just we'll see if they get another
run. They lost the lead once, they've come back twice. Yeah.
And we'll see if they can get more here. We'll see if they can close it out.
Bat by Florial.
He's making them work.
Let's also point out too, while we're on the topic of the pitching staff, not getting 6 innings from the starters. Pending the outcome of this game, I was hoping it would be done by now. But so in the last 9 games, this is 10 straight starts now where they haven't got a start of 6 innings or more from a starter. And in fact, they haven't gotten more than 6 innings this year. 6 innings is the max, but they haven't gotten more than 5 or more. I shouldn't say haven't gotten 6 full in 10 straight starts. But in the 9 games leading into Tuesday's game, they were 6-3. So that's interesting that even though they're not getting length from their starters, this team is still winning. So give them some credit for that. Estevan Florio comes through, and it is 9-7. It should be 10-7.
I think it might be
Estevan
10-7.
Right in the hot hand.
Florio.
Really good.
Right, like
so
we said,
it
was a heck of an at bat.
It was a great at bat.
That was,
they talked about his swing decisions being better lately.
I mean, he took 6 pitches in that at bat, fouled off a bunch of pitches, came through big time. It's hard to fault. We talk about all these guys at the bottom of the lineup and like, oh, someone need to move. What are they going to do? I mean, it's just Brennan, Freeman, and Florio all came up big today. And Gabiaris, is this 4 straight games with an extra base hit? And
yes, it is.
So we got a lot more to talk about, and
we sure do.
3-run lead.
Yeah, we'll bring more of that up. We'll also talk about Stephen Vogt continue to push the right buttons, not only when it comes to who he's putting in the lineup, who he's pinch hitting, but also challenges in this game ended up being a big deal for them. So we're going to talk about that.
Huge thing.
Lockdown Guardians. If you want to make some good calls the way Stephen Vogt made some good calls in this game with his challenges, head over to FanDuel. See if your luck can pay off as good as his. It is playoff time in the NBA and the NHL, and baseball is in full swing. FanDuel is your place to bet on every game. Right now, if you are a new customer, you can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150 in your FanDuel account, win or lose. So bet everything from slap shots to home runs to slam dunks, all in the app that is safe, secure, and easy to use. Let me tell you, right now, big deal to have these apps safe and secure. There's a lot going on in cybersecurity. As someone who works in cybersecurity, apps are getting breached all the time. FanDuel is safe and secure and easy to use. So that's important. What are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/lockdown and make your first bet an automatic win. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Guardians looking to, dare I say, win 3 in a row in this series against the Red Sox on Wednesday. You can check out all the action on your SiriusXM app and listen to Tom Hamilton and Jim Rosenhaus by searching Guardians on the XM app. Are you worried about me jinxing it? Is that what you just said?
No, the way you phrased it. Okay, so this is what was in my head, and I'm not going to complete it, but here's something for the nostalgia in the comments. 3 in a row, go for 1 more, go for it. Complete my sentence in the comments below.
That's called a winning streak. I ruined it.
No, this is definitely a commercial for a children's item.
Okay.
In our youth, but
interesting.
I mean, getting a sweep is very far.
Well, it's 4 games to win, series, so
it's a 4-game series.
Yeah,
but it's only 2 games. But it is nice to see them. At least we're getting to the point where you can discuss those things. Remember, we had 2 sweeps all of last year. 2. Yeah. One against Texas and the other against Oakland, I want to say. Of course, Texas. Like when we were leaving Texas for dead before they turned around. But yeah, it feels like a different team. You look again at the bottom of this lineup: 2 hits for Freeman, 2 hits for Gabby. Brennan only has the 1. But also has a walk. No, does he have a walk? I think he has a walk.
He does. Right? Well, Brennan has a walk.
He has a walk.
That's great for him. Then, geez, he needs that.
Yeah, Laureano and Florio, you combine them, you got a hit and a walk. And like Laureano, hustle play to score. And then he tried his darndest to make that catch, sacrificing his body. I am curious to see what's going on with Rocchio. It did look like the finger was taped up. I wasn't paying close enough attention if that was taped earlier in the day or not.
I didn't see that either.
But
yeah, the bottom of the order has been fantastic tonight again, and that's what you need. I mean, Jose finally came through. And finally got some luck that he needed. Had the sack fly at the hit. He should have had a bigger hit before.
Gabby.
Yeah. Bottom of the order was really good. Let's talk the offense in general. Just continues to be awesome. I'm going to keep putting this up every day, I feel like. But This is now 4 or more runs in 13 of 17 games this year, and the Guardians are 10-2 in those 13 games. We're still pending the outcome of this game, so they could move to 14 or 11-2 in those 17 games, or 13 games, I should say, with scoring 4 or more runs. So this offense continues to put up good numbers and really encouraging numbers. Last year, I think I tweeted earlier from the Lockdown Guardians account that the Guardians didn't score 4 or more runs for the 13th time last year until game 33. So we're 17 games into this season. The Guardians have already scored 4 more runs 13 times. Last year took them till game 33. So the offense, I mean, again, you have to believe it's better. And believe it or not, they are middle of the pack offensively in a lot of things. Like when we were doing our preview show, we said, what numbers do they have to be better at this year to improve as an offense and be a playoff contender? We said they just need to be middle of the pack offensively. Of course, that assumed that Shane Bieber was going to be healthy all year, and that also assumed Bieber's health, and it also assumed Tristan McKenzie being the 2022 version of himself, which we'll get into. But the Guardians, as of right now, I believe are 12th in baseball, 13th in baseball in home runs at 18. That's a huge jump from last year. And if you go by WRC Plus, they're 6th in baseball, 116. They are ahead of the Dodgers. They are ahead of the Padres. They are ahead of the Rangers. They are ahead of the Royals, who everybody can't stop making commotion about. So the only teams above them, the Yankees, but they're tied. The Orioles, the Astros, the Brewers, and the Atlanta. How about the Brewers? Good for them. But a lot of encouraging signs from this offense. I don't know how you cannot be encouraged by the offense. Will this last? I don't know. I mean, we don't. Arias has been streaky typically. Jose, it makes you feel good that the offense is doing well, and Jose has yet to get hot, right? Because at some point he is going to find his level, and if the rest of the offense kind of fills in around him, you feel good about that.
Yeah, and we're still trying to see who it is and what the roles are going to be. We know who is there. This is Barlow, isn't it?
It sure is Scott Barlow. We'll see how that ends. While we're trying to go through the end of this game real quick, what to expect from Ben Lively. So Ben Lively is going to be Wednesday's starter. It seems all but certain that it's going to be Xavier Curry going back to AAA for him. Unfortunately, but also we thought maybe it could have been McKenzie because he wasn't the listed starter Friday, but he is now. I wonder if they were trying to. No, because Carrasco still goes Thursday. I thought for a minute there they were going to try to separate McKenzie and Carrasco in the rotation, which would have made sense, but they just gave everybody an extra day. So, hey, he's facing Oakland, which, for McKenzie, maybe is a minor league start. I don't know, but their offense hasn't been that bad.
I mean, Oakland's not been bad. That's the thing, though. It's like, it's not like we're facing the Houston Astros.
Nice I think with Ben Lively, though, you're talking another 5 and fly guy. I think you're hoping for 5 innings, and you're hoping that you're still in the game, and another day where you're going to tax your bullpen. I don't know what else you can really expect from him at this point. Maybe he'll come up and throw strikes, and the Red Sox won't crush him. But I'm keeping my expectations low. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati has needed pitching forever. That's why they traded for Shane Bieber in December. Oh, I'm sorry, that didn't happen. But they've needed pitching, and they let
alternate universe.
And Lively couldn't fill that need for them. Nice running grab there by Florial, and he's got an arm, so they're not going to mess with him. But he wasn't their answer. He's supposed to be just a depth or long guy here. Cleveland loves to get the guys that got away. Lively was someone they drafted out of high school knowing they couldn't sign him. He went to college, was drafted by the Phillies. And, this is one of those guys that got away. So now they finally got him. It's kind of a weird signing just because I don't know what they see. Like, he's a guy who has been largely ineffective. He has many options in his personal life, but has not been the most effective starter. So listen, I don't want to be negative, and everything here has been so fun, but it just feels like a situation that is not set up for success.
Yeah, it doesn't really inspire a ton of confidence, but we'll see. best you can do is again, I think just keep your expectations low, 5 and fly, and see what ends up happening. I was watching this game and my TV feed cut out, so I don't know if you're watching it, but my TV feed cut out, so I can't see the
I
end
still
of the
got
game.
mine.
Oh, that's
I still
good.
got. Well, I don't. I mean, yours is a TV feed. Mine's the MLB TV since I'm out of market.
Oh, mine said the broadcast has ended, so I thought maybe they won. You can let me know. While we're waiting to get there, I'm sorry.
Okay, so Jan Duran fly out with the Florio. What do you think Bobby Dahlbeck did? You don't even have to watch the game to know what. Yeah,
got to be a strikeout.
Yeah, he's now what he is 0 for his last 31 with 21 strikeouts. So
what a great hitter in the major leagues
in baseball. But that's 2 outs.
Yeah. Guardians went 2 for 2 on challenges in this game. I tried to look up the challenge data on MLB Savant, but it was being weird tonight. So it keeps saying that the Guardians have had 0 successful challenges this year, but it also said they had 0 successful last year, which I know is wrong because the Guardians did great at challenges last year. So Vogt 2 for 2 in this game in challenges. That ended up being big for them. So it was the blocking the plate on the catcher, and I think it was Quan somewhere for, I can't remember what the second challenge was, but 2 for 2 on challenges. You like that? Vogt. I don't know. Everything's kind of coming up good for him so far. The bench usage, the bullpen usage. I mean, it's hard to really complain about anything so far.
Yeah, it's all been going pretty well when you get into the grand scheme. Like, I like that he is, jumping out there and subbing guys in and out and trying to maximize situations.
He's using the entire roster.
Yeah, you can always pick your nits, but like overall, I've enjoyed the Vogt experience.
I have too, I would say.
We paused it there so you get our natural reaction. We're running out of time. They are now, I believe, 9-2 on the road, which, if I was listening correctly, it's their best 11-game road start, tied it in club history, by the way. And I know the hair's crazy. That's why we're ahead. But they have not gone 9-2 on the road to start the year since 1948. That's right, the last time they won it all. So that is a heck of a stat, a heck of a I don't know if you want to say signaling of potential, but that is really fun in general. Hey, Barlow got Yoshida, Mr. Selective, to swing a foot out of the zone. So
they were due to get him. That's great.
It's after like how can you not love this team right now? How can you not love this team? They don't give up. They are a fun group. They're doing things offensively. I don't know what the lineup's going to look like day to day. I don't know who's going to be the hero. But my goodness,
I don't know how long the starters are going to go.
But this is a fun team. I mean,
Hunter Gaddis, yeah. I mean, like I said,
he's going to haunt the Red Sox nightmares like that. I mean, he looks like a slasher villain come to life if you're the opponent.
He is, and his fastball. He has the fastball showed. So the Guardians are now 7-3 in their last 10. None of those games have they had a starter go more than 5 innings, or a full 6 innings, I should say. So they are finding ways to win. The bullpen wasn't good. At least the middle parts of it were not great on Tuesday, but the Guardians found a way to win. That's all you can ask for right now. They are finding ways to win. If they can get the rotation settled down, I don't know if they can. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But like we said today, the offense is showing some very promising signs. I think the bullpen will have better days. The end of the game, they sure did. I mean, Barlow looked good, which we were a little bit nervous about, and Morgan was good, which he's had some rough moments this year so far. So give them credit, and go Guardians, go.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, rate and review, download, be an everydayer. We appreciate everyone who is. And, I hear others are copying us, but this is the original and the only place you can be to hear on a win. Go, Guardians, go.